What if I told you that every person you walked past had a story to tell that could change your life? If we look beyond the surface, the stereotype, and the headlines, let's go and cross the bridge and make the connections together. Ladies and gentlemen, on the show today, I introduce to you Carlos Mule. Hey, Carlos.
Hello, Priska. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for coming. This is a Bridging Stories,
Thank you for having me.
where we tell stories that connect us.
Please.
The people want to know who is Carlos and who is Emmanuel.
Carlos is a person who is called to sing, an instrument of music, an instrument of message, and an instrument of inspiration.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
Just as you've said, I was born in Mongwe. I was born in a family of 8 as seventh born. And started school there, finished my school from there, then I shifted to as well as Mafuliera to study my music teacher's diploma. Yeah, from there then stuck around Kitwe, learned my business there, started performing as a solo performer. Then from there, I connected to the Saka through the high court.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm from Quito as well. I was born in Quito. I am a Coppola. When I saw you, I was like, there's my Coppola boy.
I call it one, you know, they know the vibe.
Let's vote for him. Amazing, amazing story. What made you, I know you said you studied music. What made you want to study music? Do you come from a background of music?
Yes, I'm born in a musical family. Yeah, most of my siblings can sing. Actually, I have a young sister who's really coming up.
Nice. Are we doing the Jackson 5?
I mean, later in life it's going to come up. Like it definitely has to come up. Yeah, but I was born in a musical family. I've grown up singing.
Yeah.
Singing. I think mom started teaching me when I was 4 years.
Nice.
Started teaching me simple songs, singing in church in front of people. Then I grew up from there, and I caught up with the fact that I really wanted to sing to people when I was like in grade 8. Yeah, that's when I realized to say I really loved to sing to people. And I started developing my skill from there. And then, so I was done with school. My father wanted me to do accounts because he's a chartered accountant. So then I stuck with my dream to study music because I really wanted to understand the depth of it so that I don't really guess around like that. I wanted to understand what I really wanted. That's when I chose to study music.
Living in Zambia, we don't hear much about studying music. I know your dad wanted you to do accounting. How did he take the fact that you want, how study music? You didn't run into that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle because he didn't really get it in the first place. But with time, he discovered that I was really serious about it. So then by that time, there wasn't really a school that was offering music as music. All the schools like Ibn On and Mucho were offering it with education. So like I have to become a teacher to study music. So I chose to do teaching, but then my main focus was music.
I know you come from humble background, where you also worked as a security guard. You did not see yourself sitting here or being on TV. Everybody's watching the icon Zambia. Tell us a little bit about your humble beginning.
I grew up in a family that could afford not sleeping hungry.
Yeah,
we were blessed like that, but we never really had the stuff that I would describe as being rich. So from there, I've always had it in my heart to say I have this gift. It has to drive a purpose someday. I didn't really know how because I started when I was young, but then I just knew somehow it was going to work out. Yeah. So after I was done with school, Dad, this culture of like throwing you into work so that you discover how hard life is. So
absolutely.
So he had to push me into becoming a security guard for the company that I used to work for. So then from there, I was so in the deep bushes like so deep bushes like that. So that's when I realized, see, I don't really want to live this kind of life. But it opened my mind to the bigger picture.
You won first winner, the Icon Zambia. You were living in Kitwe. You came to Lusaka. How did you hear about it?
Back in Kitwe, I used to sing with live bands. I used to sing. So the band manager texted me on WhatsApp to say, I know there's this talent. I believe in you.
Yeah.
You can really
make it.
So I doubted it because I've been competitions.
Yeah.
The Icon was like maybe my 5th or 6th talent competition.
Oh.
Yeah. So, for the previous ones, it didn't really go as good.
That's good.
So I lost that
morale.
The morale, yeah. Then I stayed very undecided for quite some time. So on the actual audition day is when I decided to just get up, jump on the bus, and then come to Lusaka. Yeah. But then I think it was God just spoke to me.
There's always somebody that believes in you before you believe in yourself. First time I saw you on screen, I was like, this is our boy. This is a winner. He's a Kopala. He's going to win. The person that encouraged you to go and audition for the Icon, where are they now?
He's still in Kitwe. He's running the band business. He's serious about it, and he's still surviving there.
Very proud of you.
Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
You were so confident. You knew what you wanted. You answered every question correct. And we're like, yeah, there's our boy. You also wrote a piece. There was a part where you had to write your own song. Tell us a little bit about that. What was your inspiration behind that?
My inspiration was I always love to be authentic because I believe being true to myself is the only best picture I can put out there. So I decided to write a Kalindula song because I'm an R&B Kalindula guy, So I thought about a scenario of where I bridge R&B and Kalindula, and fuse them together.
Yeah.
So then write it in the most authentic way that a mere Zambian person could understand. Yeah, so then... But I had a battle though, because I was like, are people really going to accept this Kalindula sound? Because it's like an odd, like a long gone sound. Yeah. But with the help of Coach Wezi, she really pampered me and she was like, I know, go for it, bro.
Amazing woman,
it's different and it's a very nice, authentic sound. So then I chose the Kalindula song.
During the Icon, you also have a gift of writing. You write songs.
Yeah, I do.
You wrote a song that was very, not your age, not very modern, but you made it very modern. Tell us a little bit about that song and what was the inspiration?
The inspiration behind the song was I actually literally wrote about myself because I'm a musician and, being out there performing at night because our job is mostly in the night.
Yeah.
So this man goes for shows, making other people happy, whilst he's not making the wife happy at home because he always goes back home late. Doesn't really get to eat her food because he's tired like that. So now, over time, he notices, I know my wife is not really happy about this. So one day, on a free Sunday, he's just home, he's free. So he goes back to the wife and he's like, I know, baby, cook something nice, let me eat. I haven't eaten your food in a very long time, so cook something nice for me. You know my best meal, so cook it for me, let me eat it. Yeah, so that was the inspiration behind the song. And I thought the best way to explain the song was through Kalindula because it's like the authentic Zambian music, so it could easily resonate with the Zambians because it's culture and its experience.
What would you tell somebody, a young person that's following your footsteps and that wants to go to the Icon or get to the part where you have to write your own song? What advice would you have for them?
First thing is believing in themselves and then trusting God because these two work hand in hand. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. Yeah. So it begins with firstly believing to say, okay, God has given me this gift and it has to count. Sometimes you don't really have to think about because when we started we were like 4,000 plus. So I didn't really know how it would end up.
You
Surprise,
know?
surprise, you're the winner.
Didn't really know how it would end up. And traveling all the way from Kitwe, jumping on a bus. Actually, the first day I was involved in an accident. The very first day I was coming for the Icon.
Yeah.
So that thing where you're like, God, what are you trying to tell me? Should I go back home or I should proceed? Because it's a whole long distance. But then I really believed to say, even if I had 1% of belief, it could still happen. Yeah, so then I just proceeded. So I would just urge everybody that knows to say they have this gift of singing to just jump up because for me, I've loved singing, and when you identify your talent, you start looking out for the perfect opportunities. So I observed that one as a very golden opportunity on the final day. So I just jumped on it,
You don't just write Kalindula, you play instruments in a cappella.
Oh.
The golden voice, amazing voice that you have. Give us a little bit of something for the people that missed the Icon Zambia. To just say, you know what, this is what I gave, and this is why I'm the winner.
Okay. Kola wimbe.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Namusonda lekandieko, inemayo lekandieko. Namusonda lekandieko, inemayo lekandieko.
Amazing. Do you ever hear yourself? But I hit the notes.
The problem with listening to myself is like I'm always looking at what I should have done better. So it's like, when you record a voice note on WhatsApp and then you listen to it and you're like, who's that talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Really? People don't like their voice. I love my voice.
Oh,
I
okay.
listen to it and I'm like, oh, I like this. This is how I sound.
I see.
People are different, yeah.
Yeah, because okay, for me, I really enjoy listening to myself singing, but I always look out for, okay, next time I should do this.
Do you listen to other people? Like, who inspires you? I know you studied music, but who inspired you to say, you know what, if this person did it, not just Mozambique, but everywhere else?
My biggest and most profound inspiration is Chris Brown. I discovered him from my sister's phone back in the day, in 2011, So then from there, I've been following his music, his albums, his lifestyle, and probably his resilience because he's gone through a lot of downs.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's been able to pick himself up, really, his story is inspiring to me. So he's been a very pivotal inspiration.
Did you go to the show in South Africa?
I couldn't manage.
Sold out.
I couldn't manage. I was like, but I know, I believe in manifestation, so probably one of these days I'm going to meet him.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing, we knew you as Emmanuel, and now you're going by Carlos the brand.
Yeah.
What inspired that song? That's going to be your stage name now, right? Carlos the brand?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
My original names are Emmanuel Muleva Kalonde. So Kalonde is my real surname. So then on my grade 9 certificate, I don't know what happened, but they omitted my surname, which is Kalonde.
Yeah.
So then my documents remained with Emmanuel Muleva. So I've been Emmanuel Muleva all along. But then after some time, I discovered to say I don't really have to lose my father's name. So then I came up with, Kalonde is Kalonde. Yeah, but then I made a short form of Karlos so that I should just remind myself to say I'm a Kalonde, so...
I did the same.
Oh,
I did.
Okay.
I have a name, Zaya. I did the same.
Seems to have a similar story,
I did the same.
Okay.
So what's next? Music, Icon winner. Are you working on something? What can people expect?
There's so much that I'm working on, but the biggest thing that I want to work on is an album that's something once I get to that project, then we'll see what comes next. But that's definitely my biggest inspiration.
When can we expect that?
Very soon.
Carlos, album is coming up. Very excited, looking forward to it. I personally cannot wait. My husband loves you.
No, thank you so much.
Where you are today, humble beginnings, working as a security guard. We know the Icon, the first sure that we had in Zambia, that we could see talent, people that can sing, people that have voices, authentic talent. What would you tell yourself, your 16-year-old self today?
Stay in school. Get Utu
Yeah.
so that you know later in life you make better decisions.
Yeah.
Because you are informed. So stay in school, stay inspired, identify your talent, start working on it, sharpen it to a point where it's undeniable. And it's hard to ignore it. And then never stop believing and put God first, because we are only but human. I can only do so much, but without God, there's nothing happening.
All right, well, thank you. On the Bridging Stories, we're with Carlos. He told you stay in school. He's a winner. He's won. Follow him, listen to him. He went to school, he got his education in music. He's now working on his album. We cannot wait to hear it. Tell us, who would you like to see next on the Bridging Stories? My name is Priska. This is the Bridging Stories, and see you next time.